It's an everyday kind of love. Every morning I'm in it. This love is an everyday kind of love. Every morning I'm in it. This love is an everyday kind of love. This love doesn't leave me all alone. This love won't leave me 'cause my past is bad. Oh, it raises me from the bottom. My feet, I stand
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I hope you're feeling good today. The sun is out and everything, isn't it? Look at the sun coming out. Let me tell you one thing. My sister has her birthday in September. And she's always told me from when she was, I don't even know, really, really young, that September is the best month. Now, I am a July baby. So I have to, contend with her and say, no, it's July. But she's like, yeah, but it's always raining on your birthday. 9 out of 10 times it rains in July and it's just whatever. But September is just, for some reason, just full of sun and it's... Brr. Anyway, welcome everybody. This is Ruach Radio. My name is Mary Moo and coincidentally, this is the Mary Moo Show. I am enjoying the sun, as you can tell. And I hope you are too. I really hope you are too. Today, I've got quite a really good show, what we're going to be discussing. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. It really helps us to think. And I like anything that kind of takes us back to God, because we can moan about so many things, moan about this and that. And there is things going on. I mean, there's some serious stuff going on in the world today. But, but at the end of the day, let's all come back to what it's all about. Let's all come back to God and have a good time. So we're going to listen to some great music. Do you know, the theme of this whole show is all around lo-fi music. So you probably think, what on earth is she talking about this time? Let me tell you, people. By the way, I hope you're feeling good wherever you are. I know I say that, but I do mean it. Anyway, back to this. Lo-fi music. So if you want the perfect chilled out music in the background, you've got guests coming around and you just want something in the background that's just going to be chilled, or you want to chill and kind of do stuff, and just type in lo-fi gospel and you will be chilled. It really does, soothe and chill everybody out. That's what it's designed for. But it's actually more than that. It's actually kind of music that's recorded with intentional imperfections. So it's kind of not really there to kind of entertain. It's there. You use it like, the background music is background music at the end of the day. So I'm going to be pumping a lot of lo-fi music throughout the whole set today from none other than Yoni Charis, This guy has the best. Go on YouTube, guys. Yoni Charis, lo-fi chilled out music, and for days and days and days, and then you've got content of listening with a good background and good music. But let's get started. We're going to crack in with some get in. Let's get into it, some great music, and then we'll come back and have a conversation as we normally do, yeah? Okay, so I'm going to kick things off with Lamb Culture, and I really cannot say this artist's name, and I'm Nigerian, so this is quite embarrassing. But anyway, Lamb Culture with, go for it, Mary. Oyije. I hope that's correct. And Remans, this is Commando. It's a great song. So I'm just going to call it the Lamb Culture Collective. And we've got another Lamb Culture Collective anyway, but let's kick things up with the Lamb Culture Collective. And then Jordan May featuring Marizu with Greater Is He. And then we'll go into two of one of my favourite lo-fi classics. So from Yoni Charles, we have All Powerful God and Every Tongue. And that should kind of give a good segue to what we're going to be talking about. All right. Okay, so let's kick things off with Lamb Culture Collective, Commando. This is the Mary Moo Show.
I am on the road. Follow you, they go. Anywhere you want, I go there close. Tell me anything, no, never say no. I am on the road. Follow you, they go. Anywhere you want, I go there close. Tell me anything, no, never say no. I'm not looking back at all. With you, I stand it tall. Hold my hand, I no good fall. You are there when I call. You not leave me hanging. You only leave me breaking. I got your love. I can't get your love. In my commando, in my commando. I want to go where you want me to. Go where you want me to. In my commando, in my commando. I want to go where you want me to. Go where you want me to.
Yeah, I bad out the thing, them bad a gun. My manners no go let me paragon. My gonna be like them, we be a cagon. People like say, I be temple on. Hold me, you stand out. Go before me, make the road blend out. Enemies, they come make you mend them. Make within them talk back to send away. I don't want go my way. I want your lane. Oh, every day. I don't want go my way. I want your lane. Oh, every day.
In my commando, in my commando. I want to go where you want me to. Go where you want me to. In my commando, in my commando. I want to go where you want me to. Go where you want me to. In my commando, in my commando. I want to go where you want me to. Go where you want me to. In my commando, in my commando. I want to go where you want me to. Go where you want me to.
You gave me life, feel the rhythm and the rhyme. Feels good, but it ain't no crime. It ain't no crime. No energy inside. Truth to run on my mind. Just look to the one on high, the one my side. Body, offer up my body. You can take the trophies. The trophies. Body, offer up my body. Spirit, come and hold me. Yeah. And I know it sounds cliche, but I need patience. And I know that it's by His grace that I got favor. So whatever comes my way, I'm not afraid, 'cause no. Greater is He who lives in me. Greater is He who lives in me. strength at work in me, in you. I live, move, and have my being. My king, you reign forever. To you I surrender my all, my all. And I know it sounds cliche, but I need patience. And I know it's by your grace that I got favor. And whatever comes my way, I'm not afraid, 'cause no, no, no. Greater is he who lives in me. Greater is he who lives in me. Greater is he who lives in me.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that set. I kind of knew you would. I kind of knew you would. We were listening to the Lamb Culture Collective, Commando, and then we had Jordan May's new song with Mary Moo, Greater Is He, and then our Lo-Fi vibes checking in there from Yoni Charis with All Powerful God in Every Tongue. And I did say, for those of you who were listening from the beginning, that every tongue is a good kind of hint to what we're going to talk about. Tongue in the scriptures, every tongue that rises up. This is all about, I can condemn it, legal stuff, aren't we? With legal. The kind of legal standing we have as God people. And that's what I'm talking about today. How God is just. How God is a just God. Now, if you're like me, or even you don't have to be like me, but I love watching Judge Judy, especially the ones from like the early days when she's just raw. Like, I don't think with cancel culture going on today, I don't believe for 1 second what she was saying and stuff like that will be allowed today. It's not that it's just really cutthroat. But I just know that she'll be in a lot of trouble today if it was kind of just fresh, because you wouldn't get away with the way she delivers. But the thing about Judge Judy, why we all love her, is because actually what she delivers is truth. She's a judge and she's there to judge the case, and she is really about the law, what the law is saying. When people are going, oh, this and that, this person said this, she'll be like, this is hearsay, you can't say this is what the law says, this is what it is the law. It's not about being fair. It's not about, oh, it's not fair now, it's not fair. And one of my friends always told me, God is not about just being fair. Although fairness is with the justice part, but it's not about God being fair. It says in Deuteronomy like how God is a just God. He's just. So he really understands it, because the Bible, as we all know, is all from an agricultural point of view or from a legalistic point of view. And I thought we're going to talk about that today, because I've had some cases where I've had to say, right, God, come and judge this case. You've just got to come and sort it out. Come and judge this case. Like Judge Judy, there's been quite a few clips that have gone viral where she has loved when a member of the public, obviously, who was in the case that she's judging, who has come with really good evidence. Her face just lights up, because she's probably used to people who don't know anything about the law just come in and be like, it's not fair, I want my money back. I'm thinking, you just can't have your money back. That doesn't work like that. Or this person that has put him in jail, like, it doesn't work like that. It's just like according to the law. And she kind of brings things back to the law. But the times when she actually comes across somebody who has done their homework, done their due diligence, and comes with evidence, she lights up and she loves it. There was one where this girlfriend and boyfriend are obviously broken up, hence why they were there. And the girl had borrowed some money off the boyfriend to buy a car or whatever it was. And she was just using all her, I'm a woman, oh yeah, he did this, he said it was a gift, blah, blah, blah. But what she forgot was that he recorded her voice and had actual evidence where she said, I'm going to pay you back, because she was pushing that it was a gift. And Judge Judy was so great, because the way he dropped it, so she was really like, how are you going to prove that you gave her the money? Like, because she's your girlfriend, you could have just given it to her as gifts, as people do in relationships. But he was like, he pulled out his evidence, and Judge Judy's face lit up. And of course, the ruling went to him. And then I learned in my life that, Mary, the secret to winning things is, especially in the court of law and stuff, and I'm going to tell you my law story, you're probably going to laugh, but I'm going to tell you it anyway, is about what the law says. But the thing about God is that he does the exact same thing. When you can come and say, God, I'm right standing with you, I'm only righteous because of you clothing me with your righteousness, but your word says this, and this has been happening to me, God, judge this justly. And I'm sure you can think about a couple of cases where you've been like, God, I don't know what's going on, but you do. Come and sort this out. God, come and sort this thing out. And also times when you've just been on a rant, like, I don't care, that person needs to pay, and it hasn't gone to your favor, because God is not a respecter of persons, as you know. He's not gonna, just because we love him, just push everything our way without inserting himself being just in a situation. We're not like God's not like a vending machine. We're like, do this, go and harm them, go and do that. He will do what's just, and his ruling is final. And yes, obviously, when it comes to the courts and that, you can appeal. I don't know too much about law. I just love law. I love watching all these kind of things, and people can appeal. But to appeal, you have to come back stronger than you did even in the first place and try and find actual reasons why you will do appeal. And sometimes appeals can be denied because your reasoning it's not legally, it has no legal grounds to do so. I don't know if you watch I'm sort of talking to these people, but one of the best cases that I love to watch. There's been a couple last year, gave us quite a few actually. The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, that was really interesting to watch and have an insight into law. These kind of really big blown out cases, but you've got to see how the law works. And if you're a Christian, I hope like you and like myself, you kind of inspired you in prayer to say, God, I know my right. And I was telling a friend, listen, you can be upset what people are trying to do to you, but remember who you are in Christ. Remember your authority in Christ and use that. Use that because you have legal right. This is your home. The devil has no legal right into your own home. As long as you plead the blood of Jesus and you stand on his word and use your authority, that works because they understand authority. These demons out here, they understand and they respect. They have to respect it. They have to. If not, you can say, God, they're going against your law, and then God steps in and sorts us out. So we're going to chat some more and come back from this short break. And I'm going to tell you my legal story and other situations where I said, God, I don't know how I'm wrong in this situation, or if I'm wrong, it does not feel right. You have to help me. And I'm taking this to you to judge this case. Forget what I think, and just judge this case because I've had enough. This, I believe, is unjust. So we'll talk about a bit of injustice in a minute. So let's go to some more music. Right, so, I love this one, Only Jesus. I played this the other week, actually. Jeremiah Powton, Only Jesus. Let's go with that again. And then another Jordan May song, because he's just bringing out, the last couple of days or weeks, has been bringing out some great stuff. So another Jordan May, Who You Love. And then we will sort of end that with some more from Yoni Charis with Trust His Ways. This is the whole low-fee situation. So Trust His Ways and New Man in Jesus. So we'll do that, yeah? So this is Jeremiah Powton with Only Jesus, and I'll see you after the break.
Are you listening? Tell me what to do from here. Will you stay true to what you say about me, about me? If I give myself, will you stick around for good? Will you leave me behind like they did? Lord, please tell me. Lord, please tell me. I've been on this road for way too long now. No sense of direction, I've been lost for a while. Scared of moving closer towards the end of the road. Only you can steer this hardened heart. Only you can steer this hardened heart. We can take it slow, 'cause I was moving faster than I ever had before. Distracted by the mess now, I don't wanna miss the views. Won't be in a rush while I'm passing through. On my way to you. I've been on this road for way too long now. Give me your direction, 'cause in you I'm found. Even in the valleys I know your grace abounds. 'Cause only you can steer this hardened heart. This heart of mine. Only you can save me. Only you can free me. Only you can hear me. Wrap your arms around me. Oh, my mind, my Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Should be talking to God, but I'm scrolling on the other line. They wanna take our life away. So tell me who you love, who you love, who you loving. You gotta walk by faith. Tell me who you love, who you love, who you loving. Hey, I used to wanna be son on a dotted line. 32 times been around the sun. I know I done sinned at least 100 times, but I know he forgive like 101. Said you gon' repent when the summer done. How you know you gon' be alive when the winter come? Know that sin weigh a ton. Now I'm known by the sun. I'm just tryna remind you, you are 101. They practicing lawlessness and crime pays. The wages of sin, I will not taste. My advocate with the Father, I'm living by faith. So give Yeshua applause, 'cause this is God's way. He, him, she, her, them, they. I'm a man of God, walking with no fear in my body. We been outside, you can live or die by the word. I'm standing on it. Should be talking to God, but I'm scrolling on the other line. They wanna take our life away. So tell me who you love, who you love, who you loving. You gotta walk by faith. Tell me who you run into. Wanna be desensitized with the lies? Or tell me, do you want the truth? Yeah, I might go back to the flip phone. Used to be excited for the ringtones. Now we ain't happy unless we got a screen on. Sermon with a screen on. Gotta get your stream on. Gotta get your... What happened to us? What happened to humanity? You could die from murder. You could die from vanity. You trying to rap, forgot to double up your salary. How we forget the Sabbath keep, that's a tragedy. Fall 7 times, get back up. I'm a man of God, forgiven cause I've been forgiven. Forget the pride, you could live or die by the word. I'm standing on it, yeah. Should be talking to God, but I'm scrolling on the other line. They wanna take our life away. So tell me who you love, who you love, who you loving. You gotta walk by faith. Tell me who you love, who you love, who you loving. Hey.
back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that collection of music. We kicked things off with Only Jesus from Jeremiah Poulton, and then we did another Jordan May track, didn't we? Who You Love. And then we ended with some more Yoni Charis from the whole Lofi collection. Trust His Ways and New Man in Jesus. So what happened to me? If you are new to this whole radio station, please get used to me. I'm not embarrassing myself. I'm just sharing my stories, and I'm fully over all this. So laugh all you want. But I tend to share stories about me, so it doesn't look like I'm gossiping about people or just telling everybody's business. For me, it's easier to control if I say this happened to me, because for some reason, all these things happen to me. But it's good because it gives me a way to convey messages and things. My name is Mary Moo. This is the Mary Moo Show, and I'm here every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. We're listening to great music and having some conversation. And today we're talking about God being just, the fact that He's not like just fair, He's just. And we kind of spent the last sort of section talking about one of my favourite TV personalities, Judge Judy, and just reflecting on how some of the things she says these days wouldn't run, should be cancelled, should be totally cancelled. I think people would just be offended with just being told the hard truth and having to deal with things. And I wouldn't cancel her. I think what she says is actually true and great. And I like the way she judges. But I think in this, if she came out in 2023, she'll be cancelled. People saying she's too harsh. But the reality of life is, when it comes to law, it is like that. It is cutthroat. And I've learned in my experience that the lawyering works when you can take the law and make it work to your favour. And if you practice law out there, I don't have no degree or anything, so probably what you're talking about. But what I've understood and what I've experienced, that the law is looking at the law and seeing how it works in your favour. That's why you can get a murderer having his own lawyer, when everybody else will be like, he so did it, like put him in the jail already. But he's always be like, oh, did he? Did he now? Did he now? Let's think about this, everybody. The law does say blah, blah, blah. Next minute you're thinking, huh? What? But that's what it is. That's what law and legalism is all about. Anyway, what happened to me, my experience with the law, and why I had to say, God, there's two situations, and the last one is where I said, God, you have to come and deal with this, because I actually don't know. And these are actually testimonies, guys. I'm not just having a rant. It's actually testimonies. One's a bit funny, other one's a bit actually annoying, actually. But it showed me how I said, God, no, if Lord, the way it works on this earth, I can come before you. You're the righteous judge. We learn that in Deuteronomy. I will sing of the mercies of God. All your ways are just, and we can call on you to help us in situations. You have to help me, God, because I don't know what's going on here. So my first situation was I got a parking ticket, but hold on before you say just pay it. I wasn't actually even disagreeing with the fact that I had a parking ticket. I knew I had a parking ticket, but I didn't know that I had received the parking ticket, because it was sent to my house and I just sold that house. So I didn't know anything about it. So like a year went past or something. So unknown to me, I had a parking ticket somewhere. It must have fallen off my car or something. I don't know. But I'm aware, obviously, from looking at the details, obviously, in hindsight, that I knew that I had parked in that place for longer or whatever it was. Not disputing that, but I didn't know. So a whole year had gone past, and they eventually got a hold of me. But again, going to my parents' address or something. And they summoned me to court. I remember calling going, what? I have to go to court? To what? To the actual court places? Like, what on earth is happening here? And I tried to call them and say, look, guys, am I really going to court? I didn't know anything about all of this. I'm just finding out from my parents' address. And that's not even where I even live. So I don't know what's going on here. Because like I said, I'd sold my house. And they went, no, you have to go to court. Just go, and then you can, you can go in front of the judge and whoever who's judging the case, and you can explain to them everything. So I thought, this is your chance, Mary. This is your chance to be like, to what have you learned from Judge Judy? So I went and got I bought one of those plastic folders, and I put in there my evidence. My evidence, obviously, being when I'd sold my house, when I purchased my house, and the time differences where I was, and how I was at my parents' house since how many years ago, and all this sort of stuff, all packed in this evidence. I dressed up, and I thought they're going to have to look at the evidence and see that they surely can't tell me that I have to go to prison or anything, because obviously you start thinking the wildest things, because I've never been in that kind of situation before. So I get to the court place now, and I have my evidence, and I stand there. I have my plastic folder, and it took I didn't know how long it was going to take. So I remember just standing there, and they called my details with my name and everything. I said, "Oh yes, it's me." And then they said, "Oh, can you explain what's happened? You haven't paid your ticket, blah, blah, blah." So I said, "Oh, this is actually what happened. I sold my house at this time. I didn't know anything about it. And here I am. I'm not denying that I parked, and I'm happy to do that, but I don't think I should pay the 180 odd pounds or whatever it is, because I didn't know anything about it, and blah, blah, blah." I went, "Oh yeah, fine." And that was it. So I went, "Oh," I said, "Oh, I've got evidence. What about my evidence?" And they was like, "We don't need, it's fine. We believe you." I said, but my evidence, I've got evidence. Don't you want to even see? And they're like, "No." And then they started laughing. They started laughing at me and going, no, we don't need to see your evidence. We agree. It's fine. We trust that. Maybe they're checked. I don't know. But I think I was a bit deflated, because I was like, I really wanted, I think that's the problem with me watching all this Judge Judy business, because I was expecting back and forth, and it was over in not even 2 minutes. So I think I walked out my ring. What about my evidence? Don't you want to see what my carefully packed my printouts? They're like, no, you can pay. And I was like, oh, okay. So I brought my card out in the dock, wherever it was, and started laughing even more. I was like, why are you laughing? And I went, you don't pay us, you pay them. We'll give you a slip and you pay them. And went away. And I was even more deflated. I thought, what? Because like I said, I was expecting more back and forth, and my evidence I'd prayed. And it was so funny, because when I went out of the courtroom, there was one girl, she must have got things won in her favour, and her mum was there going, "Praise the Lord God, thank you Jesus." And this is in the whole court thing in Willesden or wherever we were, Willesden Junction. "Jesus, I thank you. We won. And that's me. I was upset because I didn't see my evidence, and I felt so bad after. I said, "Mary, come on. God helped you. Thank God it wasn't backwards and forwards. Thank God that it was fine. Just take your win and go, and thank God. At least praise like that other woman praised." But then it taught me something, that I was secure. And the reason why I was ready for the backwards and forwards is because I knew I had the right evidence. I knew what I was talking about, and I knew that I was right in this situation. But there are other situations where actually it's a bit muddy. You don't actually know whether you're right or wrong, and things are done incorrectly. So, for example, I had a situation where I was renting out a place, a commercial property, and during the pandemic, we all know the pandemic, there was so much uncertainty. So the house owners, the building owner said, "You guys just you're free this month. You don't have to pay this month because of some government scheme, and also you can sort of pay half of your rent, and that way we want to keep you more than lose you," type thing, that whole situation. So yeah, I actually during the pandemic, I actually just didn't, because we had the money then, I didn't actually take that on. I thought, let me just wait. I said to them, I'll see how we can go. I'll take your 1 month off, but we'll see how we're going, because we're coming up to the end of our lease, and I wasn't sure whether I wanted to keep that commercial property or not. And then come up early, I just outside, when was coming out of the pandemic and everyone can go out there, go back out into the world. I decided, yeah, actually, let me start using some of that, because obviously, as you know, when people start going out, it means your profits start going down, because people are more interested in going out as opposed to ordering online, things like that. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll use it now. And they were fine with that. But in between that time, the management company changed. So the new management company came and said, "You've got to pay right now all you guys' half months now, as in today, as in now." And that seems so unfair, because you're like, hold on a second. The other management company said we can pay in this. What's the matter with you? Chill. Go and listen to some lofi music and chill. But they weren't having any of it. Then I had to get legal assistance involved, because I was like, I understand what they're saying, but it's not fair. I think my belief was, this is not fair. This cannot be right. But actually, honestly, every lawyer that I spoke to said actually they do have a right under this and this section, and the terms and agreements of your your agreement with the property. They actually can do it. It's not right. It's wrong. As in, it's not morally, it's not right in that sense. But they do have the legal right to do it. They do have the legal right to behave like that, demand everyone to pay up front, which actually made things worse for everybody because there was no warning. There was no kind of like, you have 3 months, 4 months. It was like now. And at that point, I had to say, okay, God, this is what it's saying here in the earthly realm, that actually I have no legal ground to stand on. It's wrong what they've done, and everyone can agree, but legally, they can do what they could do doing. And that's when I took it to God in prayer. I said, God, you're the one who sits upon the throne. You don't like injustice. What you declare as unjust is you don't like people mistreating people. And if you read Exodus and all the Deuteronomy and things like that, you can see where God is very, very clear with the Israelites. Like, don't you be doing these things to people. Don't you be taking more and charging more. Don't you be doing things like that. I said, God, look, in this case here, you have to help me. Lawyers are saying, look, it's not even worth our time because it really isn't just, it's nothing we can do about it because it's not even worth what you'll pay me is more than this whole case is even worth. Like, I'm sorry, I can't even help you. So I went to God. When man can't help, we go to God. I say, God, you've got to deal with this case. You've got to help me deal with this because I don't know what to do here, but you do. You know what's just. And God was able to put me in contact with a firm that gave me free legal advice, told me exactly what I needed to do to sort the situation out in my favor. And all I could do was thank God because I was like, God, wow. It seemed impossible. Lawyers told me this was an impossible situation. But as we all know, with God, nothing is impossible. So I think I shared that story to encourage people. When you actually don't have no evidence, when you actually don't know what to do, we've got to be thankful that God is just. And there's that scripture that says, if an unjust judge can do this, how much more him? If an unrighteous judge can do this, how much more him? So let's get back to some music. And actually, I'll leave that with you, actually. Think about it. If you have any situation in your life where you actually don't know what to do and everything just seems upside down and you don't know who to turn to, you don't know what to do about things, and actually legally on this earth, you might actually be in the wrong. I challenge you this. There is one judge that I know that you can take it up to and say, God, you do this because I'm your child. Judge this case. And his ruling is final. And in his ruling, even if it might not work in your favor, you would see. Like, I still had to pay that bill, but on my own terms. So I can leave you some more music and I'll see you next week. Let's leave you with the rest of your evening to chill. And I hope you've been encouraged in this. And I'll be back next week, same time, same place. This is another Lamb Culture Collective, but with my favourite artists, as you know. Lamb Culture Collective. This is with Jenge and Asha Aliyah with Devotion. And then we have Peace of Christ. That is another Lofi classic from Yoni Charis. And one of my favourite songs, I know that, what's it called? You'll probably know this one. Your Love Is Enough by Sharon. So this is Lamb Collective with Devotion. I'll see y'all next week.
To give you my devotion, hold me in your arms and save the words for later. Got me in the mood to give you my devotion, hold me
arms and save the words for late. Call me your own, it's crazy. I've been waiting. Call me like yo, lately. I've been gaining. Call me your own, it's crazy. I've been waiting. Call me like yo, lately. I've been gaining, yeah.
Pay me when I'm down, hold me when I'm high. The water one can try, yeah, yeah. King of my high, got my every desire, and it's so healing how you hold me tight in your gracious arms. Wow, healing now, yeah, 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 yeah.
Got me in the mood to give you my devotion. Hold me in your arms and save the words for later. Got me in the mood to give you my devotion. Hold me in your arms and save the words for late. Call me your own, it's crazy. I've been waiting. Call me like yo, lately. I've been gaining. Call me your own, it's crazy. I've been waiting. Call me like yo, lately. I've been gaining, yeah, yeah.
The experience of your life is largely connected to the state of your mind. Isaiah 26 verse 3 says, you will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, whose thoughts are fixed on you. Are your thoughts fixed on the problems, on the challenges, the difficulties, or are your thoughts fixed on the Lord, on his word, on what he has said concerning you? Romans 8 verse 6 says, to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. What is spiritual mindedness? Spiritual mindedness is to set your mind, your thoughts on what God has said, not on what you're going through, not on the difficulties and the challenges. Life and peace, life untold dimensions of life, peace in overflowing measures is available, but it's directly connected to the state of your mind. Hey, today set your mind on what God has said. Set your mind on the word of God. What has he said concerning you? Don't let the circumstance dominate your thoughts or your thought process. Let your mind be fixed on what he has said. Enjoy peace in untold measures. Enjoy life in deeper dimensions. Your day is blessed.
When I feel I'm not good enough, I look to you, I look to my God above. When my insecurities try to break me down, I look to you, my fortress. When I feel like not getting up, I look to you, I look to the Lord of love.
trust. I know through the ups and downs you care for me. Your love is enough, nothing can separate us. I know through the ups and downs you care for me. Your love is enough for me. Your love is enough. Your love is enough for me. When I feel I'm not moving forward, I look to you, the rock where my hope is found. When all my depravities try to bring me down, I look to you, my Father. I'm more than enough. In God I can trust. I know through the ups and downs you care for me. Your love is enough, nothing can separate us. I know through the ups and downs you care for me. I'm more than enough. In God I can trust. I know through the ups and downs you care for me. Your love is enough, nothing can separate us. I know through the ups and downs you care for me. Your love is enough for me. Your love is enough. Your love is enough for me. Enough, 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 enough. 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 Your love is enough for me. Lord, you provide my daily supply. Your grace is enough for me. I will rejoice, I lift up my voice, I will smoke gladly in my weakness. Cause your love is all I need. It's enough for me. Your love is enough for me. Lord, you provide my daily supply. Your grace is enough for me. I will rejoice, I'll lift up my voice, I will smoke gladly in my weakness. Cause your love is all I need. It's enough for me.